for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. Thank you, I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? If you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. 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 If it's a car you like, I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? When we both get older, with walking canes and hair of gray, have no fear, even though it's hard to hear, I will stand here close and say, thank you for being a friend. I wanna 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 thank you. And when we die and float away into the night, the Milky Way, you hear me as we sing. I say your name, then once again. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend. Let me tell you about it. I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend.
Good morning to you. Start your day off bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up!
Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And TGIM? I don't know. It's Monday regardless. Welcome to the IRONWORX, streaming live on both YouTube and Rumble. Just give Iron Realm Media a search. Yeah, it's definitely a Monday. Surely feels like a Monday. And again, I've been up for 3 hours already, so take that for what it's worth. Good morning, Zack. How are you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
Sleeping?
Well, Wednesday night, I decided to try something different last Wednesday, and that was putting my trash out the night before, rather than waiting till I hear the trash truck on the next street over and then trying to run out to the garage, get everything ready, put out to the curb before it reaches my house, which is typically what I do. But Wednesday I thought, I'm going to be a bit preemptive this evening and I will get the trash out early. And I was getting things ready and just felt maybe it was a weird turn, a weird twist, but a slight twinge in my back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And it's been, well, Thursday was ridiculous. Friday was better, and it's sort of leveled off. I can spend maybe 70% of time feeling okay, 20% of the time in pain, and 10% of the time in excruciating pain. So every once in a while, like it just don't sleep well because things will tighten up. But it's when I get out of bed and change positions from prone to standing. And then I have about 2 or 3 minutes of just that excruciating pain that drops me to my knees on my bedroom floor while I wait for things to loosen up and get to where they need to be so I can stand up. So it's not that it's bad, it's just that when it gets bad, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, back pains are the worst, man. Right up there with the pain.
Mm-hmm. Probably not quite as bad, I would say, but I've not had, like, horrific broken back pain, so could be that it's not.
I've only had it one time to where, like, I had trouble walking. Just picking up my buddy's brother, who was drunk, off the floor. I was mad, and I wasn't thinking, and I just, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt it when it happened. It didn't, like, hurt super bad. It felt like it burned almost more than anything. But then the next day, I had, like, it looked like a monkey paw under my skin. Like the muscle was all tense and tightened up and, like, bulging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that sucks.
But you hit that one spot, like, where you just bend a little bit, like you said, going to sit down or stand up, and my legs would just, boop, like, go out from under me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was that pain I'm talking about. That one that'll lay you on the ground. Like you just hit that certain arc, and then all of a sudden it's like it shoots that pain up your back, and yeah. You know,
Yeah, it sucks.
not a fan.
Nor I.
Lift with your legs, people.
Yeah.
Lift with your legs.
And just because you can recover now doesn't mean you'll be able to recover that quickly in another 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one took me like 3 weeks before the pain fully went away. I think I missed like 2 days of work.
Yeah, I left early on Thursday just for that reason. Well, not just. I had Friday off, so I was anxious to get the fuck up out of there. Regardless, but it also offered me a perfect excuse.
Yeah.
And Thursday was just bad. Like, there was basically no angle at which it felt comfortable. And all I could do was try to walk around completely erect, standing upright, mind you. Let me say that. I was walking around, standing completely straight up, and just trying to balance my entire upper body directly over my hips on my spine. So long as it didn't venture too far out of center where I would have to engage my back and my core in order to bring myself back into alignment, which would make me fucking bring tears to my eyes with pain. Just trying to balance myself on my spine. That was no fun.
How was your fourth? You guys go watch any fireworks or anything?
Nope. I think I might have seen a couple. We had neighbors, and like I could see the sky was lighting up, and we definitely hear them. It really wasn't all that bad. I was anticipating it, especially given the recent events and just everything in general. I really anticipated it to be just crazy. Everybody just going ape shit. But it wasn't.
No, same here. I didn't hear any fireworks. I think we heard like one little boom on the 3rd, the night before. And then Saturday night, like once dark hit, 9 o'clock, they started. But by 11 o'clock, everybody was done.
Mm-hmm.
And I was assuming to be an all-day thing. We'd hear booms all day. Like in Indiana, they start like the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 2 weeks before. And it's like every single night.
Like if there are
But no, it was
tents.
like one night here.
When I was a kid, if there was a tent out selling fireworks, then that night you would hear fireworks. Like if they bought them, they lit them on fire. That's just the way it was. And you might have to make 2 or 3 runs to buy fireworks before the 4th. Because you don't run through all the stuff you made on the first trip. Or you get all your small ones and you run them out the week before and you save all the big display fireworks for the 4th. Just nothing like that these days. Laura says there was a insane there with household fireworks going on till 2 a.m. Oh my God, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Thought about making a sign. Just says vets and pets for the 4th of July. Just put it out there, just a reminder. Got to pay attention. Be conscious. Be conscientious of the vets and the pets.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about most. Because the boy went over to Critical Inception. He had a pool party at his apartment complex. Some people that were grilled out burgers and 100% beef hot dogs. Man, I love those things. You can't buy them around here as far as like at a restaurant. But you can get them at the store.
You don't
ever
have
had a French Easy? Yeah.
who?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, you're there.
Lucius?
No. Shouldn't have. I hear you.
Have you ever heard of a French Easy?
A French Easy. I don't think so.
So it's one of those big, like stadium hot dogs that are a little bit thicker. And they would slice it down the middle and fill that with cheddar cheese and then wrap it in bacon. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It was at a Greek restaurant called the... Oh, yeah. That was the only place I've ever seen it. Yeah, they call it the French Easy. I used to get them all the time when I was young. This is like 30... Geez, almost 40 years ago now. Good Lord.
Like easy, but it's French? Or
Yeah, French.
Gotcha.
Oh, friend and then cheesy.
See, that's what my next question. Or is it Fren, F-R-E-N, and then cheesy? It's not French easy, but Fren cheesy.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what I always call it, the French cheesy. Don't know why that came to mind. Oh, I was talking about hot dogs. We went to Fulton's. They have their own restaurant, the one that Mark Sargent did the commercial for. They make those smash burgers where they're real thin, but like 2 burgers is 1. Like if you order a hamburger, you're going to get 2 patties.
Like a steak and
Double is
shake.
4. Yeah, kind of like that. They're so good.
Culver's. I think Culver's is a restaurant. They do smash burgers. Freddy's is another one. Another fast food joint. They do smash burgers.
There's a place around here that just opened up not that long ago called Sliders. We don't have White Castle around here. But they're called Sliders, and they're just like a White Castle. I mean, that's what we called White Castle up north. If you got a regular White Castle, it was a slider. If you got a White Castle with cheese, it was sliders and breaks.
I always called them a WC steak burger. Well, you don't want to take a girl out to White Castle. What girl wants to go on a date to White Castle? However, if you take them over to WC Steakhouse, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
At least before you get there.
The WC Steakhouse.
Yep, that's what I always called it.
So did you hear about the flooding down in Texas?
Yeah. That's some horrible, horrible shit right there.
Didn't even I heard nothing about that.
Sorry, you're breaking up quite a bit there, Zach.
I don't know what's going on. I just said I hadn't heard anything about that.
So last I saw, it was like 81 or 82, I think, was the death toll so far. And I think there were still maybe 24 of the 27 girls missing from the campsite. Yeah, it was nuts. 30 feet of water in 45 minutes. That's freaking crazy.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some really crazy time
I
lapse.
couldn't even imagine.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man, all those poor people. I wonder if this is what they were trying to get people trained or certified to go work in Texas, because each state you work in has different DOT laws. You have to get certified in each state you work in. I wonder if this was why they were doing that. Huh.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Andrew.
Andrew B.
When it comes to
How was your...
how is what?
You're fourth. I was thinking about you, hoping you were safe, secure, and quietly at home.
I didn't do anything. I got drunk, and I smoked a lot of weed, and I put in earplugs and went to bed. That was my 4th of July.
Well, that sounds like something.
Yeah, there's way too many people over here that don't regard the safety of themselves or other people around them, and also they don't care. Say, oh yeah, I'm gonna light off a bunch of fireworks outside your front door, even though it's illegal. And it's like, all right, well, I'm done calling the cops. At this point, I'm not going to get my guns out anymore. I'm just going to, like I said, I drank quite a bit and smoked at least a gram of bud. And then from there, put in earplugs and...
Did you say a gram? A whole gram?
Yeah, that's a lot for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, you can twist one of those up in a joint and smoke that real easy.
Yeah, just I don't smoke very much. But either way, I did hear the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. And at one point, I did wake up and I heard sirens just nonstop. I have no idea what they were or where they were going to, but it was one of those situations where I was like, oh, yeah, fuck around and find out. And that's what people, I think, are finding out. Yeah. So, either way, I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. If even it matters.
It was super quiet. I didn't do anything. On a plane says you could probably scratch a gram out from under the fingernails.
Wait, what? I am confused.
Just laughing at what a small amount 1 gram is.
Oh, okay. I have more cannabis than I know what to do with at the moment. And I keep trying to give it to people, but everyone's like, yeah, I have way too much to do. I'm like, fuck.
I'm running out. I need to get a hold of Daryl. I shot him a message a couple weeks ago, but I don't know that he remembered to do anything about it.
Shoot me your address, and I will help you out.
Well, I might just have to do that. I just know Daryl was
Walt.
super busy. And I know Walt is super appreciative. Shout out to Walter. It's Monday, so we are Waltless this morning. But lots of love headed his direction regardless.
Waltless. That's a good way to... Never thought about that term before, but it makes sense.
Yeah, he's been sounding better last couple weeks. So what else is going?
Well, last night on our tinfoil sombrero, I was bringing up the whole thing about, I'm not sure if you guys caught that or not, about Trump was sending the one big beautiful bill, includes an $85 million budget or something like that, to move one of the space shuttle Discovery from the Smithsonian to Texas. $85 million.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I could take it apart completely and drive it, truckload by truckload, and it wouldn't cost me $85 million to do that.
Yeah, like a quarter of the price, even with labor and gas and a bunch of Mexicans. But,
that's just crazy, $85 million.
Right. And I don't even know, why are they moving it from the Smithsonian to Texas? That is not discussed in the entire thing. So why didn't, if I was a billionaire, I'd be like, I'll buy it. I'll give you $1 billion. Send it to me, and just like I have it like parked in my front yard or something. No, it's fucking ridiculous. And if you look at the actual space.com page on this, it is. I don't know how to comprehend how this thing would have all that jet fuel in it, and a lunar rover, and a lunar expedition module in the same thing. And that is apparently what was inside of it. gotta look at it to find out.
Yeah, you were talking about that Russian group of Russian guys. The name of the channel is Cryosan,
Oh, okay. I need to.
and they would go into, they went to Chernobyl, and they'd go into all these places that are like shut down and you're not supposed to go. Like, urban exploring type of stuff. But yeah, they found that hangar where they kept one of the Russian shuttles, because they had only built 2 in Russia, and they're walking around this thing, and everything in it was like fake. It was all like all the circuit boxes and all that stuff. It said replica on them. They were just pieces of wood with no components inside of them at all. Did you see that one?
I did not. I watched a good amount of it. I think it was from. Oh shit! I'm really drawing a blank into who actually showed that first. But I'm going to say it was Ben from Taboo Conspiracy that was showing that, but I might be wrong. But it's still very weird. Very, very weird.
That was the channel where he got the footage from. The Cryosan. Yeah, they're nuts. They went into like Chernobyl to where, because a lot of Chernobyl's still flooded. Like, you walk down a stairwell, then all of a sudden it's just like walking down into a pool. And they were trying to scuba down into that with like homemade scuba gear. Just nut jobs.
We still live in the abandoned ghost town.
Are you showing it, Josh?
No. I think that was Andrew.
No, that was me. I'm sorry. I was just looking it up real quick just to try and find if that was like Chernobyl. I'm not even sure if I'm spelling it right. Yeah, but it's pretty interesting that it's an entire building that has these different types of. I mean, it wasn't cheap by any stretch of the imagination. So they didn't tear down the building. They just left it there. It's in the middle of a big field and has virtually no security whatsoever. And people just get to walk in there, and it's very, very weird. It's not like a conspiracy thing either, because actually it could be a conspiracy. I want to push it that way, but either way, the building is there, and it hasn't been torn down. There's no security. Costs a whole shitload of money. It's collecting dust, and anyone can go there. And it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So there's like all these different types of factors that are incorporated with this particular situation. And yeah, maybe that was for testing and demonstrating and things like that. But you'd think that at one point they would have just torn it down, or they'd have a certain level of security, or I don't think that type of facility would be available for just random people to go into and just look around and take pictures and videos, or like if they're home, like a squatter's rights kind of situation. I don't know how that works in Russia, but
and you think it's just
seems like over there that would be very easy.
Yeah, it seems like it would.
But I think it's that time.
Oh shit!
Real
It is
quick,
that
when
time.
those guys were in Chernobyl, they found a group of ladies that never moved from Chernobyl. Like, didn't live very far from the reactor or any of that stuff. And they've been living there the whole time. Just saying, yeah. Like, they were there. It was recorded. There's these old ladies that live in Chernobyl still. Never moved. So take that for what that's worth. And they were older, too. Probably in their 70s.
That just seems crazy.
Creo San. English channel. Because they are Russian, they all speak Russian, but then they have somebody come in and do an voiceover in English. All right, Liz.
All right. We're going to get out of here. This is going to be a new one. I've not heard this one. This is by Shrub. I'm going to be real curious as to what this sounds like. They usually do some stuff that I really like. So don't go anywhere. This is the IRONWORX. We'll be back right after this. Oh, you son of a gun. I say that, now we're going to have to wait a minute. There we go.
Tonight, and as you can see, we have a very, very enthusiastic, good-looking audience tonight.
Everywhere I go, people scream my name. Every single show, people scream my name. Even when I'm gone, people scream my name. Can I let it go? People scream my name. I wanna be the greatest, wanna be the GOAT, wanna be famous, I really wanna float. I wanna set sail, I wanna have a boat, I wanna have an island we can call home. Welcome all my friends and cast away the haters. I see y'all in hell, man, see ya all later. Cause I'm about to bust, I'm about to blow, I'm about to kill it, y'all don't even know. I'ma start a movement, I'ma start a trend, I'ma start winning and shit'll never end. I'ma claim the top spot, they gon' call me him. I'ma be the cream or the crop be the creme. I'ma be the steam in the pot, I'm so hot when I come. I'm the reason you got to rock in the sun. Best believe I'ma take the flight. Best believe I'ma take what's mine. Everywhere I go, people scream my name. Every single show, people scream my name. Even when I'm gone, people scream my name. Can I let it go? People scream my name. Everywhere I go, people scream my name. Every single show, people scream my name. Even when I'm gone, people scream my name. Can I let it go? People scream my name. Here I go again, go run, tell your friends. Going on the road again, just like Willie Nelson. Make a couple million, make a billion. Not gonna lose by the hair of my chinny chin. And when the earth don't spin at all, and when the artist stops to draw, if you see me start to fall, then lay me down with all of y'all. We got that Cali reggae, that shit's the dopest sound. We got that Cali reggae, that shit's the dopest round. We got that Cali reggae, so come and say it loud. We got that Cali reggae, so do you hear me now? We got that Cali reggae, that shit's the dopest sound. We got that Cali reggae, that shit's the dopest round. We got that Cali reggae, so come and say it loud. We got that Cali reggae, so do you hear me now?
Oh shit, that happened. Ended pretty quick. Sorry. I'm here.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Good morning, good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to start.
second half of the first half. I see Ginger Sugarbush 905 talking about, what was it? Of course, now I can't find it. Talking about Devil Makes 3. There we go. I knew I could find it. Can't link it, but All Hail by The Devil Makes 3. If you're not familiar with The Devil Makes 3, I recommend checking them out. I've actually not heard a whole lot from them, but I know that Pandora likes to sprinkle them throughout some of my playlists. And there are several songs that I like. I bet you that's going to be a good concert. For those of you that missed it, you all go ahead.
What did we miss?
I'm shutting up. Go ahead. Saturday morning, I was on over at Truther's Hour of Comedy with Mike LaBrash. We actually had Alex Michael and Sav were on with us, and we did a show about AI. It was really good. Oh, I missed that.
You did miss it. It was definitely worth it. It was a long show. We went 4 hours.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. But I also think it was absolutely worth it. We had a great time. Good conversations.
Yeah, sounds like a fun bunch.
Let's see if I can't somehow post a link.
Yeah, Alex Michael has popped into this stream from time to time, but not often enough. Alex, if you're listening.
There, it looks like Liz got
So
it.
do you know anyone that works at like an Amazon warehouse?
I don't. I know I have one student that worked as a delivery driver, and that's the extent of my that's it. Why do you ask?
They're saying goodbye to humans in the Amazon warehouses. They have new autonomous robots in the UK and are accelerating their full automation.
Wow.
And these are like not just an arm or this or that. These are humanoid robots with 2 legs and 2 arms. Says robots will outnumber human employees in warehouses around the world. The company
That's what they've been talking about for a very, very long time now. I'm just surprised it's actually happening as soon as, like, today.
Yeah, it says the company that until a few years ago was seen as a major job creator has now said no more human labor. It wants more robots. It will be the first time that robots outnumber human employees, even though Amazon already has 1 million machines, from robotic arms and wheeled transporters since 2020.
This is so weird because I've been researching this for quite some time, along with Ben Goertzel and Hanson Robotics. And for some weird reason, Ben Goertzel, Hanson Robotics have not been able to create a robot as efficient as what Amazon and also these other companies that are claiming, oh yeah, we're going to develop these robots, to vacuum your carpet for you and blah blah blah. So I just don't understand how if it's even real. I need to see it before I actually believe it, because these other companies have been researching this for the last 30 years or more and still haven't been able to produce something that Amazon or these other companies are claiming that they can actually do. Maybe they had a heads up on something.
There's a lot of things they can't do, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, like just picking up a box, scanning it, and then setting it down somewhere else, robots can do that. Now, picking up an individual rubber band in a big giant bag of rubber bands efficiently, right? Just grabbing one out of there and then putting that like in a channel or something like that. That's where you start getting into things where the robots start having issues and troubles. But if it's just picking up a box, a square box, you know, it's all about how hard it is to do it. Like what kind of eyesight you need, what kind of touch and finesse you need. Robots aren't quite there yet, but when it comes to just picking up a box, moving it over here and putting it down, that's what they're doing in the warehouses. So there's a lot of jobs. They're saying right now, they started arriving in Amazon warehouses about 2020, but their numbers since 2020 have increased fivefold and are now nearly matching the number of human employees in their distribution center. So it's happening. But completely removing humans from the equation, I think, is going to be a lot trickier. Because there are certain things that they're just a little too clumsy still to get it. I mean, they could probably do it, but a human can do it faster and more efficiently. But they like this because these things don't call off. They don't need sick days. They don't have vacation week.
Right. And I think this is going to affect the job market significantly, but not necessarily for the bad. It's just going to require that certain people that are somewhat in those warehouse jobs, they're not going to be same time. Excuse me. The same type of employee anymore. They're going to be there to manage, like, oh yeah, robot number 4 started to malfunction today, and then they have to bring in a technician. They will be on standby, and it's going to be fucked up. Not really sure what you guys think about it, but I don't know if this is going to be beneficial to society, or it's a really, really fine line to talk about, because of the future is going to be with these robots that are removing a lot of human jobs. And it has been happening for a very long time so far, but this is getting to the precipice where I don't know what to expect. And fortunately, I'm in a technology industry, so I'm not really too worried about it myself. But a lot of other people that have a degree in business or accounting or something like that. Programming. Yep, there you go. Yeah, those people are probably fucking sweating right now. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, these large language models, I mean, all you do is feed in your information. So you can run like 5 different AIs, all with different information. So you might ask one about one subject. You might have a math AI that you can ask it math questions, and you might have a science AI who's loaded with just science information that you can talk to and ask it about that science information. And pretty soon they'll be able to have electrical information, and all they need to do is go to their AI and ask them any questions it needs about the electricity, and they'll be able to pop it up. Question is, how relevant do you think you're going to be in 10 years, Andrew?
I think that my job is pretty much secured for the rest of my life, only because I don't think there's a single robot in my lifetime that you can call a robot, have it drive to your home, come into your home, and then from there troubleshoot electrical situations or do a panel change out at your house. I don't see that as a possibility in my lifetime. Or if you can call a robot up, and there are certain jobs I don't think that can be replaced necessarily. And one of them is automotive also. Like, oh yeah, I have a 1967 blah, 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 whatever, car. And, oh, the transmission has failed. I need it to be rebuilt.
That's a waiting game, though.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So this year, that might be a relevant problem. Next year, maybe not so much. And in 10 years, probably not at all.
I guess we'll find out.
They are completely automating like custom car purchases. Like I think it was Tesla. Somebody ordered a Tesla truck or a Tesla or something, and they built it right there at the factory. No humans involved. The robots built it, and then they just shipped it right to his door from the factory. Like there was no human interaction between his order and his pickup.
Well, I guess we're fucked then. All right.
Well, make sure you guys head on over to THC, to Mike LeBrash's channel. I think Liz dropped a link there in chat. Head on over there and give it a listen, because we touched on that and many, many other things in regards to AI.
I will definitely be checking that out. I'm sorry if Mike is here. I met Mike in Vegas, and we smoked a big fucking blunt together, and that's the first time I met him. But aside from that, that's my only really personal first-hand. I shouldn't even say that, right? Oops, I'm doxing him now. But anyways, yeah. 4 hours? That's extraordinarily long for some people.
It is. I've not done a 4-hour show in a hot minute. But it's so much nicer when you're not the host.
Yeah, I stream 20 hours per week. So it's not... like 4 hours is like, whatever. Well, I teach for 20 hours per week. That is. But... when it comes to certain types of conspiracies, is there any new conspiracies that have come out? Or are people just sort of kind of dying off and like going into whatever they heard about in the past?
Well, there's so many that just get recycled, right? The controlling the weather, I'm seeing new stuff coming out about 9/11. People are talking about it. It's just, when you never get the answers, when they can sweep all the evidence away and everybody's just left with questions, I think those things are going to be, they were still talking about JFK not that long ago. If we never get the actual official narrative or story, I think there will always be conspiracies about these things. But as far as like a new conspiracy, I can't think of one like off the top of my head that I haven't heard of, before.
Right. That's the reason I'm asking, is because there's always something that might get recycled. But, like, the most recent ones have been along the lines of, let's just go like with Epstein as an example. And all of that other kind of nonsense. That's a conspiracy, but it's not like a hardcore conspiracy versus, like, flat Earth. Flat Earth is not a conspiracy. the moon landing, something like that. That's, well, moon landing's not a conspiracy either. It's just fucking false. But there are certain things that people are going to be talking about in the news and the media. And I don't know what to even pay attention to anymore. It's just so weird and abstract in so many different ways. Certain things are obvious, and certain things need to be examined in with a microscope, essentially.
Well, take into account that there's this guy named Jeffrey Epstein, and that we just found out that Jeffrey Epstein never trafficked any children, that Jeffrey Epstein never had a client list, and Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in a jail cell.
That's what we found out?
Mm-hmm.
Not just a jail cell designed so you cannot kill yourself.
Well, they're going to release the video, apparently, a raw video and an enhanced version of the video.
Enhanced, yeah, those are always great. I thought there was no video. I thought the video was destroyed or
cameras were off
or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
And just FYI for everyone that's not aware of this, when someone is going to be on a potential suicide watch in a jail or prison, what they do is they give you it's a one-piece garment that covers your ass and your dick and things like that, and it kind of goes like down by your knees, and it's like twice as thick and twice as strong as a furniture blanket. So you can't rip it, no matter how fucking hard you bite on it or try to tear it. And you're under 24-hour-a-day surveillance, and all those people have, there is a hole in the center of the floor. That's your toilet. And that's it. So that is what Jeffrey Epstein allegedly was. He was able to commit suicide by hanging himself. Something a little odd about that. And I'm calling bullshit on it because of all of the other things that were associated with that thing. Like, oh, the cameras kind of shut off and the guards were asleep. And all right, so then that's like the latest and greatest conspiracy that has been evolving over the last couple of years. And all right, that's all I have for now.
Yeah, it's some crazy stuff.
And what can you really say? You know, when they tell us this stuff, oh, yeah, well, it's exactly how they said it. Like when Kash Patel came out. Yes, after. What do you say besides, okay, you're lying? I mean, we don't have access to the videos or any of the stuff or anything. We're pretty much just, it's at their whim what they tell us the story is. There is we can't go investigate and see the cell and this and that and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's stories. That's all I see it as, is the official narrative of the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, the other one was apparently on July 4th. I think the last time I was speaking with you gentlemen was someone was saying that there's going to be some sort of a water poisoning on July 4th. But I never heard anything about that. So.
No, we got a thing. I got all my certificates over the weekend. I went and it took a while. It was like 5 hours of, instead of doing it, you go and start a new job and they have to go through all the OSHA and safety and blah, blah, blah BS with you.
Yep.
Well, a lot of it's just done online now.
Yep.
I did that Saturday. I did like 5 hours of watching videos and then taking tests and getting my certificates. I don't even know why I was starting to tell you all about that.
Because you're getting a job as an OnlyFans star or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, I forget. It's gone.
No problem.
So Teslas are still running into all kinds of problems.
Yeah, better than
with
people.
Their robo taxis. I don't know if this industry is ever gonna, like, the taxi drivers. I think they might be safe.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all these Teslas are not driving very safely, we'll just say.
2 years ago, AI videos were useless because they were obviously AI. Now, it's harder to tell. Much, much harder to tell. I think if we could say this is the pinnacle of advancement for AI and self-driving cars, and this is as good as it can ever possibly be, then yeah, we're probably safe. Unfortunately, I don't think that's where we are. We're still going to be moving in that direction, trying to sort it out until they figure out a way to make it happen. Even if it means taking all drivers off and make everything fucking self-driving so they can talk to each other like a swarm of drones so that everybody knows where they are in spatial relation to everybody else because everybody's communicating with the hive mind all together. Or something.
Yeah. This
one drove into a parked car. There's a car just parked there, and this Tesla just sideswiped it, ripped its mirror off. Oh my goodness!
In 2013, I was heading to the airport, and I went to the center, and I had my air flight and all that, all that kind of stuff purchased, and I went to the San Jose International, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm at the wrong airport. I purchased it out of San Francisco instead. Oh shit! Whoops! And at that point, I ran outside, taxi driver right out there, and I was like, I need to go to San Francisco International, which is about a 1 hour drive. And I said, my flight leaves in about 2 hours. I need to be there as soon as possible. I'll give you a $100 tip if you can get me there as soon as fucking possible. And that motherfucker drove like as fast as he possibly could, because I was gonna, I guaranteed him he's $100 fucking bill for you. But if it was an AI situation, you couldn't do that. I don't think you could, because it would have certain parameters they would have to follow in regards to safety and legality purposes. But that guy, I don't even know, he probably like Punjabi or something, I don't know. But yeah, that dude was driving like dangerously fast. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's get there. I didn't care. And he was, he was going like 90, 95 miles an hour the entire way. Like, but an AI type of a self-driving car or an autonomous, what do they call it? Automaton, they wouldn't do that because it's built into the language models of how they will be allowed to operate. And I got there barely in time. I got on my flight.
Yeah, I don't know you'd be able to do that with a driverless vehicle. But we've done it. We've hit the halfway point. Regina, we did talk a little bit last week about Diddy and the fact that he was only found guilty of crossing state lines for the purposes of prostitution or some shit. I don't know what his pimp had him doing, but I did see that he basically was found not guilty of everything else, all the bad ones. Yeah, he got a couple
still
of
going to prison,
seatbelt tickets or something. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Who would have thought that both
Might have
Jeffrey
made up with his overlord.
exactly.
Free my nigga Diddy. Free my nigga Diddy.
What up, Duma? All right, don't you guys go anywhere. We will be right back. This is the Ironworks.
This boy and girl are going to be well equipped when the time comes to take their places as worthy members of adult society.
My brains are washed in the sea of misery. Overstimulated, overly complicated from the entertainment. Nobody to blame, man. Just wondering where the people who were saying went down. Alpha, beta, delta, theta. Alpha, beta, delta, theta. Brain waves up like a storm in the sea. Alpha, beta, delta, theta. Alpha, beta, delta, theta. Move through the consciousness unconsciously. To take it apart, look at it now. Give it a flip and ripping it out. Wash your brain and make it count. Brainstorms, clear the clouds. A mental hand-me-downs. Gotta get off of the merry-go-round. Synaptic gap connected now. Won't you help me sing it loud? Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain. Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain. The waves of how the game by making us feel lazy and afraid. Subliminal elevator can persuade us in the blink. So be careful, cause you are what you think. So and be mindful that your mind's full. A fine line between a kind soul and a blind fool. And in the kindness, you'll find the mindless. The medicine is always deep inside the silence. Got to take it apart, look at it now. Give it a flip and ripping it out. Wash your brain and make it count. Brainstorms, clear the clouds. A mental hand-me-downs. Gotta get off of the merry-go-round. Synaptic gap connected now. Won't you help me sing it loud? Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain. Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain.
This is the new paradigm. We cannot confine the mind to the brain anymore. To think is literally to create.
Your mind's full, a fine line between a kind soul and a blind fool. And in the kindness, you find the mindless. The medicine is always deep inside the silence. Sing it now. Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain. Oh, hey. Got to wash your brain.
You know what they say. Human see, human do.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And welcome back. First half of the second half of the Ironworks kicking off right now. That was a little bit of Wookie Foot. Brainwash.
I liked it. No, what's it, Nuka? Did he leave already?
No, he's here. He's muted up. He may be busy. I was just thinking about him recently, too. Wondering how everything in South Africa is going.
Yeah, South Africa is a place I've never been to, but here is an interesting fact that I learned recently, only because the internet told me so. And that I was trying to find out how many people live in the, well, if you want to call it a globe or a flat earth, doesn't really matter, but the equator, people that are in the northern part of the equator versus the southern part, only about 10 to 12% of people actually live in the southern part of the equator, which is around 800 to 850 million people, roughly. I don't know the exact answer is why, but that's something you can investigate for yourself and try and diagnose.
You would think if life started there in Africa, right at the equator, you would think that's where most of the people would live, right?
It makes sense. More densely populated there, and as they spread and move and migrate, be a little more sparse on the edges and more densely populated there at the equator.
Yeah, it's super weird how we have this concept of evolution, yet we have people that live in these northern climates, such as Sweden and Norway and northern Russia and places like that, and they have very, very pale skin, and some of them don't have very, very pale skin. But yet there's people even in Africa that have pale skin, and there's also people, the majority of Africans have very, very dark skin. So there's a bit of a conundrum, in my opinion, as to like what the fuck is going on, and was evolution a real thing? I don't think so. Not in regards to the way that we're told about it, at least. I know that was a bit of an earful.
Yeah, I'm just getting to where I don't believe much of anything anymore.
Cool. We're in the same boat then.
I started watching a podcast on MK Ultra and CIA mind control techniques. And the host was friggin' Blossom.
Who's that?
Mayim Balak, the lady that played Blossom. She was on that one TV show with the TV show with the people in it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not.
It's the one that gets broadcast.
People in it.
The one that's broadcast. That one.
Oh, fucking. I'm sorry, Josh.
What the hell was the name of that TV show?
Oh
I'm
my
gonna have
gosh!
to look up.
That's why I have the internet. All right, Blossom. I'm gonna spell this right.
Big Bang.
Blossom.
That's the one. The Big Bang Theory. Yeah. The Big Bang Theory. She was Sheldon's girlfriend.
Oh, the lesbian.
Sure.
Oh, wait a second. No, that's someone told me. Well, either way, Sheldon he's a fag. Okay. Okay.
You never saw the TV show Blossom?
No.
Whoa. Joey Lawrence. Whoa. Blossom.
Of all the
Never heard of it,
catchphrases.
never watched it. So.
She had a friend named Six. No bells.
Oh yeah, that vaguely rings a bell to me, but I know the show.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
The only reason I know of the Big Bang Theory TV show is because of what's the blonde chick's name? Katie something. And yeah, she huh?
Was it Penny?
Oh, the
Penny.
blonde chick.
Yeah, that's what they called her.
No, her real name. What the fuck is it? Figure it out.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good afternoon to you. Kaylee Kukyo or Kuko. Yeah, she's smoking hot. That's like the only reason I ever watched that
He sounds
show.
better.
What do you got for us?
I haven't spoken to you guys in about 2 weeks.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah, well, you gotta have.
Yes.
You got something.
It was holidays
right?
this side. Yeah, it was holidays this side. So I went to visit the farms. I was there for 2 weeks. No internet, no civilization. Only 4 things to do when you're there: either manual labor, or drink yourself to a stupor, or be a womanizer, or go to church. So I was stuck doing manual labor and going to church.
That sounds like 4 pretty good things.
Yeah, I lost 9 kilos. I think that's 18 pounds or something in 2 weeks.
Look at you.
Oh, you lost that much? Right on.
Yeah, it was. I would like to say it was fun. It was just a lot of hard work. Always tired every day. But I enjoyed it. It was cool.
Hard work.
Do you think you'd keep losing if you stayed out there?
Oh, definitely, man. Like, there's nothing else to do there. You're just going to have to do all the work that needs to be done. Also, you don't have any running water. So every day you have to go down to the river to fetch some damn water.
So what kind of work were you doing exactly?
So we do a lot of herding because we have cows and sheep and a couple of horses. Do a lot of herding. You give them hay, doing a lot of the feeding, and then fetching of water every day. Then building, making sure the fences are still intact. And then building smaller little houses as the family extends and all of that shit. And then obviously making food. You gotta help the ladies make the food. In terms of slaughtering, you guys have to do the slaughtering. And then when it comes time to the afternoon, you can go down to the river with the other guys. You can have fun there. You can do that stick fighting thing if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. It's winter here, so it's cold. It is cold.
Stick fighting.
And then around 5 p.m. you can go to church for about 2 hours. And then you come back and you eat and you sleep. Then you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and you do it all over again.
All right. Sounds like good, honest, laborious type of work that people have been doing for many, many generations.
The food is great. I'll complain about the food.
And I'd be really good except for the 2 hours of church after work, but before I eat. Seems to me like I'd just be sleeping through that whole damn
You kind
thing.
of have to. If you don't go to church, then you're gonna go hang out with the girls in the area that are drinking and are a little bit loose. And then you can be a womanizer. You can go have fun with them. But if they get pregnant, best believe a family are gonna come knocking at your door, and you're gonna have to pay.
Just tell them your name is Andrew Baker.
Whoa, hold on. That's me.
Tell them you're an American
You know,
prince.
if you get her pregnant, you know that her father has a right to go into your family kraal and pick a cow as payment.
So it sounds like you had a very nice type of a. You said 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like being a man.
I guess so. I know the Bible a lot now.
All right. And I don't know. I think in South Africa right now, you guys are kind of like in your fall to winter time. Is that right?
It's winter. It's cold.
It's winter. Okay. So I was thinking that. Okay. So what is your average temperature? Like peak temperature?
Our cold is different to your cold, as Josh has pointed out before.
Yeah. Just imagine a nice, cool spring day. That's cold for Uncle Doom.
I mean, in Fahrenheit, it was 53 degrees.
Oh, sounds great.
Right?
Fuck yeah.
And with the wind, even the sheep were hiding behind a wall. That's how cold it was.
That's cold for you? Oh, wow. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my Irish ancestry. Like, 50 degrees is like, that's fucking perfect. Like, t-shirt and shorts on.
Like sweatshirt and shorts.
I wanted to wear 3 underwear. That's how bloody cold it was.
Well, anyways, it sounds like you
what's
had
been happening with you guys there in America. I haven't caught up with the news yet.
Well, Josh won the lottery, and he's going to be shutting down ironrealmmedia pretty soon. And he's going to... No, I'm just kidding.
Josh, I was always your Padawan, not Walter's.
Oh, is that how that works? Yeah, I wish I won the lottery.
No, it's just, I think it's well, I'm a guest on here right now, so I don't have anything to say in regards to Zach or Josh. So I'll let them speak for themselves.
I figured I had to greatly increase my chances at winning in lottery, though.
How?
I buy a ticket.
Oh, like a 0% chance versus a 1 in 279 million chance?
Exactly. It's a lot better chances, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess it's a...
I mean, I'm not going to actually do it, but if I wanted to increase my chances, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, I don't do the lottery. I don't do scratch. I won $1,000 in a scratcher on a... I was addicted to scratchers for a long time. And one of the ones that I played a lot was the Monopoly ones. It's like a seasonal kind of thing that came out. And it was a $10 scratcher that I bought. And I scratched it off. And I was like, holy fuck, $1,000? And I went back to the 7-Eleven where I bought it from, And I showed the cashier, like, holy shit, thank you very much. I pulled her forward, I gave her a kiss, and I was like, thank you, and never saw her again. And she was super hot too. But anyways, yeah, it's just scam it's a tax for stupid people, and I figured that out later on.
After the sexual assault?
No, she was totally. Oh, she was no. She was down for it, and I should have gone back and seen her again, but that was back when I was in college.
She probably never forgot you.
Yeah,
you could probably find her now. Like, hey, remember me? I won that Scratchers at one time.
Yeah, I don't know, but the thing is, when it comes to gambling, I've never lost at gambling. Like, when it comes to Scratchers, oh yeah, I lost a lot of money. But when it comes to actual gambling, like poker and blackjack, things like that, I've always walked away with more money than I came in with. I don't know why that happens, but I guess it might be because I've studied a lot in regards to how to play blackjack and poker. But a lot of people will just go into it like, oh yeah, I played I played some online stuff. But yeah, I have too. But I'm way high up in the margins of profit. Anyway, I'm not trying to get into a gambling thing. I am barely stoned at the moment.
I'm trying.
Oh, that's right, yeah. On Friday, you said you were going to be doing that same thing.
I said what?
I think it was Friday. It was July? You were saying that you were just going to be taking the day off and...
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah.
But that's just because I'm still waiting on a care package.
For what?
Care package from Daryl. That he's not put out, I don't think.
Oh.
So he was in the chat on Saturday morning for the show. I just didn't ask him about it there. I just need to shoot him a text.
Oh, okay.
And remind him, but I might shoot you my mailing address as well. Just so
That's
I can
fine.
help you get rid of your overstock. It's the least I can do.
I have way too much. And is he sending you chocolates by any chance?
I doubt it. He's never sent me chocolates before.
Oh, okay. That's a special order kind of thing.
I've gotten other stuffs. Been surprised by other goodies in my care package, but never has it been chocolate.
Daryl's an awesome guy, and I didn't even know who he was until I was in Vegas, and I was just sitting there manning the table for Jared and Dave, and I was right next to Ben Balderson, and eventually Daryl came up and he's like, hey, you want some chocolate? And I was like, not really. I didn't even know who he was. He's like, no, it's got psilocybin in it. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And he gave me this little heart-shaped chocolate. So I just ate it real quick, and I was like, how strong are these? It's a microdose, no big deal. I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking cool. And I moved forward with buying about another $100 worth of them from him until the point where he was sold out. And I was like, oh shit. Well, at that point, that's when we exchanged numbers, and I have continued to how do I say this without getting in trouble? We moved forward with that point. That's because this is live recorded.
Oh yeah, you know how in trouble you're likely to get from all the people that listen to us.
Yeah. I'm trying to be as safe as possible. But I've actually looked up how it is. How do people get into the psilocybin type of growing? And apparently it's fairly fucking easy.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty inexpensive as well. So I think I might start getting into that. And then just being an entrepreneur and doing whatever Daryl's doing. Well, actually, it's not him. It's his wife. His ex-wife that is actually doing all of that growing. So I guess he's like in really good terms with her still. So that's where I send the money to. But yeah, I've got that in my to-do list.
I've heard it's real easy. I mean, you might need a humidifier. I don't know that you're quite far enough north, but maybe.
I'm in San Jose, California. So, South San Jose, California. San Jose is a huge fucking city. But anyway. So there's this movie that came out recently, and I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen John Wick before. Hopefully you have. It's that trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever you call it. And the fourth one, I started watching tonight. I haven't finished it yet. And it's called Ballerina. And if you have enjoyed the John Wick movies, I would encourage you to start watching that one. It's pretty fucking good. I haven't finished the entire movie yet. It's like a 3-hour movie. So,
is this the boss babe that kicks all the men's asses?
The what?
The boss babe that kicks all the men's asses?
No, it's not. Well, I'm only halfway through it, so it's not quite like that. I'm just saying, because Walter isn't here at the moment because he hates hearing spoilers and shit like that.
Now, I'll say Zack may be a little sensitive about it. I don't give a shit. The chances of me actually watching it are probably pretty slim.
Wow.
I mean, there's a curiosity there, but not so curious that I'm going to, watch it.
Well, it's got Ana de Armas. Smoking hot Colombian lady. Yeah, well, you'll know her when you see her. And she's the ballerina. But
I started it and I made it about 25 minutes, half hour. Just not enough story at first. I'll probably sit down and try to watch it again. But yeah, it just didn't grab my attention all that much.
Yeah, it does start off a little slow. But then a lot of movies that are very good, some of them might do that. I mean, John Wick did that. John Wick #1. This is different. And John Wick is in the movie, by the way. But it's not like because John Wick died. But you'll see. Just watch it. So it's a good movie. Anyways,
it is that time. It's break time.
Love y'all. You guys have a great rest of your day. All that good stuff.
All right, Zach, you have a great day at work. We will see you on Wednesday morning.
Sounds good.
Much love.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Later.
And we will be back for the fourth and final segment of the Ironworks. It'll be coming up right after this. I said this.
Children and chickens, cold beans and spinach, a cabin on the fringes. Let's raise them all on our own. Let's raise them and make this a home. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep. Cows and meat hogs, plow mules and squirrel dogs, wood piles of burned logs. Let's raise them up to the clouds. Let's raise them until the Lord comes down. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep.
Ding, ding, ding. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Ba, 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 bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Beautiful day. Ba, 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 bow. It's a beautiful day. Ding, ding, ding.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in in the morning. Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
Not to worry. I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want.
Welcome back to the Ironworks, where we just do what we want. Fourth and final segment kicking off right now. Zack hath left. We are left with Andrew and Ukulele Kuduma hanging out with us this morning.
Yes, I'm still here.
Likewise. So how are the ice raids going?
Pretty good, I think.
Great. It's a great question. I've not seen any personally, but apparently from the videos on the internet, there's like, I think they're saying like 3,000 people per day, or I don't know. But I haven't seen anything personally.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be pretty good numbers if that's what we were getting out. Because they were factoring, what, 1 million a month coming over the border. And if we get rid of 3,000 a day,
yeah, those are just the numbers that I'm being told. Mm-hmm. And those are probably exaggerated quite a bit.
Do you think Trump will get a second term?
He's in his second term.
Yeah, the 22nd Amendment only allows the only one president that had an exception to that was FDR, and he served for 4 terms. But then again, he actually didn't fully serve those 4 terms because he basically became bedridden and his wife had to take over for him. And 10 years is the maximum amount of time that a president is allowed to serve. And that's only because in the event of some weird circumstances where they have to stay in office. Like if a new president isn't elected, as an example, then they have to serve for like 2 more years in the Congress, blah, 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 all that bullshit. But yeah, Trump's not going to be the next president. No, I do think that J.D. Vance will be the next president. I think that's totally being set up at the moment. But yeah, Trump is, he's like 78 years old right now or something. So yeah, he's not, no. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard they were trying to position Andrea Ocasio-Cortez for the Democratic.
Oh, that dumb bitch?
That one. Yep.
Oh. If that happens, I will become Canadian.
Isn't Cortez a Latina surname?
Yeah, she's about as dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah, she's the one that was a bartender for a while, I think. Just sort of.
And she's like a pathological liar as well.
Yeah, she
Sounds
keeps
perfect for this job.
Claiming to be from the Bronx, only to have people go out to her actual hometown, which is, white suburbia, where she grew up in a $500,000 home. Not just a girl
people
from the
can.
Bronx.
Well, they're saying, oh yeah, there's going to be Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, where I fucking live, and oh yeah, he might be the president, or AOC, or these other different people. No, people can guess about this kind of stuff all day long, but ultimately, it's not up to us. It's up to the special interest groups like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, fucking General Motors, and and the list goes on and on. And that's what FDR said. Presidents are not elected; they are selected. And they knew who the president is going to be in 2028. I think it will be J.D. Vance, who is the current vice president. Then after that, I have no idea. So they probably already have that lined up.
I read last night. I was reading last night, and it said some guy who's an American citizen knocked up his Latina girlfriend and didn't want to pay child support, so he reported her to ICE.
What? He got her pregnant, and she was illegal, and then he reported her to ICE?
Yeah, they didn't want to claim the baby.
Yeah, I'm torn on that. Sounds like horse shit, but also not.
It was on the X. So take it with a pinch of salt.
I did see. I don't know what the veracity is, but that Elon Musk is going to start another political party, the American Party, because he's just so fed up with Trump and the Build Back Better, Big Beautiful Bill bullshit that he's.
Hold on, is he even American?
Do you need to be?
No, he's from South Africa.
So?
Yeah, so how is he starting a party?
I think you just gather enough of like-minded individuals and you dump enough money into it. You can, I mean, I don't think it's really all that difficult. Libertarians did it. Green Party did it.
From South Africa, but he's Americanized and he has full legal citizenship.
Yeah, we need to dig deeper into his past. How did he get the citizenship?
Money.
Rico says Obama is from Kenya.
Or Hawaii.
I actually trust Elon Musk, more than Obama, because Obama is a complete fucking liar, and his husband is, well, look into that a little more and you'll understand why. Elon is
any better.
Nah, not much. They're both liars. But then again, it's very difficult for anyone to go into politics that is not going to be considered a liar when special interest groups...
Make it mandatory that all government workers must buy Tesla.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I can't speak on behalf of that. I don't know much about it. So, how is it in South Africa when it comes to Teslas? Do you guys see them fairly often around there?
I have not yet seen one.
Wow! Holy shit, okay. I know there's some pretty wealthy parts of South Africa where there's McLarens and different kinds of cars like that.
Yeah, I've yet to see a Tesla. Keep in mind, I've seen a yellow Hummer. You know, the famous ones when the rappers used to ride around in Hummers? I've seen that on my streets, but I've yet to see a Tesla.
Huh, alright. Yeah, Teslas, if you're over here, well, granted, I live in the area where they are manufactured. Yeah, I can't drive more than, I don't know, a mile without seeing 2 or 3 of them. They're everywhere. And I don't understand the concept of why people actually want to buy these And I've driven one, but I'll never own one.
Our every second car on our roads is a Chinese-made car at the moment. They've entered the industry and undercut everybody, so everybody's buying their cars at the moment. So every second car is that.
So, what would you say? You have like Toyota, Honda, you have like Ford,
Nissan, Ford, Chevys. We've got those cars. What's the other one? A Fiat. And then we have what we call cherries, which are Chinese made, and one called Omoda, which is made by Cherry. So, yeah. And then Mahindras, which are Indian cars. And then J2, I mean, which are from Dubai.
Ah, Dubai. Okay. That's weird. I didn't know Dubai made their own cars.
Oh, they do. They're expensive, packed with technology.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive places in the world to live.
I can believe that. The Chinese cars as well, they packed with technology. We just don't know the build quality. I mean, we're only going to find that out in the next 2 or 3 years when there's a large enough second-hand market for them. Then all the problems will come. Then you'll see what's wrong. Because currently they're doing fine. Everyone's buying them. The parts are available. The servicing is happening. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll turn out to be good cars after all. I don't know.
So in regards to South Africa, I've heard your point of view in regards to the whole the white farmers being like raped and pillaged, plundered, murdered, and that kind of thing. And then there's the stuff that they're saying in the news, and then all of the refugees. I think there was a total of like 75 of them or something that came over to the U.S. as refugees seeking asylum.
49.
49, okay. So, what do you think about that?
In terms of what? The people that came over to America, number one, are not farmers. They just used a loophole in the system to get to America. One of the families owned an IT company which was failing. And that's why they moved to America. The other one owns a 3-bedroom house, or is it a 5-bedroom house? I can't remember now. A car and a house at a pool. Where have you ever seen refugees with a 5-bedroom house?
Well, I've never met a legitimate refugee in my entire life, so I would say 0.
Well, I can't speak for every South African, but everybody was just making fun of them on social media and that kind of thing. Because the real farmers will never leave this country because they know how good they have it in this country. Because they've made a lot of money doing commercial farming, they've had the opportunity to travel overseas and go on holiday overseas. So they know what it's like overseas, and they know how good they have it in South Africa. All the legitimate farmers are going nowhere.
You're saying that the farmers, all farmers, not necessarily due to their skin color, have it really, really good over there, and they're not leaving. Is that right?
Yeah, all the white commercial farmers, all the ones that contribute to the GDP and do exporting and all of this other stuff, they're not going anywhere. But what they're concerned about, we're all concerned about, is the crime in this country and the government's lack of action in that aspect. But they know that as far as, wealth and privilege, they've got it good in this country. Some people are just concerned about losing some of their privileges. And this doesn't necessarily mean white farmers, but all farmers that are, commercial farmers. They're all different races and they all make their money. And with the government trying to sort of diversify the sector by buying up land and giving it to indigenous people and letting them, grow and giving them preferential treatment when it comes to buying their goods and giving them discounts, that they just get to lose some of their privilege. But what I can say is the entire country is worried about the crime, including the farmers, because they're the ones that have the wealth to lose.
And the reason I'm asking this is because you live there, and the other gentleman that I do speak to, Flatzoid. Have you ever spoken with Flatzoid?
No, I don't think so.
Keith? Okay. Anyways, he is also he speaks Afrikaan, I think is how you pronounce it.
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, okay. Yeah, he's a white dude. Looks very much like me. But he speaks English, Afrikaans, and I think one other language. And
he does.
He's another big flat earther and lives down there in South Africa somewhere. I don't know where. And
I've texted Flatzoid before on YouTube because I was on this show and somebody mentioned him or he said something in chat, and apparently he was South African. So somebody posted his channel, and then I went to his channel and I sent him a text that I've heard that you said this about South Africa and the white people in South Africa, that it's now a law that people can just come and take your land and whatever. I said, you're discerning the wrong information to people, and we should have a chat. And we can do the chat online because you're talking a bunch of shit. And he said, well, we all have a difference of opinion, and that's his opinion, and that was that.
Okay. I'm not here to try to create turmoil or anything like that. I'm just saying that he's another, like you and him are the only people that I know of that I've ever spoken to that actually live in that area of the world. So.
Oh, he's a privileged pussy that can only see one side of the argument.
Wow. Oh, okay.
And I hope he's listening, Flatzoid, fucking asshole.
I don't have any way to go against anything. I'm just asking questions. But at the same time, there's going to be, like, your neighbor might have a different point of view in regards to what's actually going on, just like my neighbor might have a very different point of view in regards to what's going on around here in San Jose, California, in the Silicon Valley area. So it's just interesting to hear different people's points of view, especially when I have never been beyond the equator.
I'm willing to bet you right now that this dude that you're talking about has never been to a black farm, has never been to a township where the black people are affected and were moved to by the apartheid government, has probably never even hung out with poor black people. And that's where he gets his opinions from. He's incapable of viewing the argument from the other side. Both sides have arguments, and there are no easy answers. I'm the first one to admit that. But if you're incapable of seeing the points from the other side and the concerns from the other side of people that you know nothing about, that's when I have an issue with. Because I will go to his people, I will hang out with these people, I will interact, I will play sports with these people. But I'm also black, and I go to the townships where there are poor people, to the farms where there are poor people, and I will hang out with them. And I get to hear both sides of the story. I'm privileged enough to be middle class. My family has never been poor. I've never gone to bed, hungry. They always made sure I had food to eat, had a roof over my head, that kind of thing, and I got an education. They were not rich, but they were definitely not poor. So in that sense, I'm privileged. But some of the people around me were not privileged, and I get to know them. And then I got to go to a university that's very diverse, and I got to know those kind of people. So I'm able to see both sides of the fence, which I don't think Flatzoid gets to hear about or dismisses quite often when he's told about the other side.
Yeah, South Africa sounds like a very weird type of a dynamic when it comes to, well, it's mostly black over there. I think it's like, what, 90% black, right? Something like that?
80%. 80%.
80%? Okay. So I'm only hearing it from the people. I mean, I've watched documentaries and stuff from people down there, and I'm speaking with you at the moment, and I've spoken with him. I've been in his live streams, and it's just a weird type of bit of information that's coming in. And I'm asking you because I'm trying to be as honest as I possibly can, and I'm hoping that you're going to be answering me as honest as you can, and the same thing with him. So that's I'm just
Andrew,
trying to get.
Don't you run a show on Sundays?
I don't
with
run it.
Rico?
No, I don't run it. No, but I'm
Who
one
runs
of the main.
that show?
I'm one of the main co-hosts.
All right. So you find Flatzoid, and you tell me the time, and on the Sunday we can both be on there because I like to hear the dribble that's going to come out of his mouth.
Well, that would be up to Rico, because Rico, he wants to try to keep it more to the brevity, meaning that not like super serious kind of situation, and not trying to get into the drama of flat Earth, globe Earth, conspiracy, just trying to make it more of a comedy kind of a situation, having fun, letting loose, that kind of thing. So I don't think that Rico would agree with that, unfortunately.
Well, sometimes we have nothing to do here on a Monday show, so maybe Flatzoid will come on here, and then him and I can have a nice argument while Josh sips his coffee.
Yeah, maybe.
I can do that. I can sip coffee.
All right.
I'm good
well,
at sipping
tell you
coffee.
what, I will contact him and see if he's down to do that. Maybe on like a Friday evening kind of situation. I don't know. But
I mean, I don't know that IRM is the place to go to get your daily dose of drama.
Right. Yeah. This we're getting towards the end of the stream, anyways.
Oh damn! We only got 90 seconds left. Shit. Or so.
Yeah, I'll contact him and see what he says. Then again, it's not going to be up to me or you. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
He has my information. I've sent him a text. If he wants to meet up and have a conversation face to face, that's good too. Just let me know when. He's got my info.
Okay, cool.
There you go, building bridges. But we are getting to the end of it. I really appreciate you guys coming to hang out, filling in for Zack and Walt, and making sure I don't flounder too badly. I appreciate all you guys hanging out in chat, chiming in, and all you folks that listen after the fact. It's much appreciated. We will see you all back here on Wednesday for more of the Ironworks. Then again on Friday morning, kicking off at 4 a.m. Until then, you guys have a great rest of your week. Watch out for flash floods. I hear North Carolina's getting flooded too. Floods everywhere. Just be on the lookout. But we love you. Be good, be well. Do good, do it well. And we will see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.